live. I might be live. I'm trying to get on Facebook Live here too, so bear with me. Webcam, Okay, go live. I'm going live right now. Okay, so I should be live on Facebook, and I should be live here on YouTube. Yay, okay. I think I'm live. Okay, hi everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, audio disconnected. Okay, maybe it's working now. Can everybody hear me okay? I got a thumbs up. Can somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay? MacBook Pro. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I don't see any comments yet. Okay, I can see comments there. And let me go to Facebook so I can see the comments there. Yay! Okay, so I did tell you guys I would be coming live on my channel and in the group. So for those of you that are in the group, maybe watching, I think I have like one person watching right now. Okay, here we go. Yep, we're in the group too. So those of you who are in the group, if you didn't know, this is my group, the Moving to Costa Rica group. I started it years ago. This is just kind of an open Q&A update. I mentioned I was going to be coming on here and checking in with people. Yay, hi Tracy. I think Tracy, I just sent you an email. Was that you I sent an email to? That was about the event. So some of you, we can talk about it later. Yeah, I did. I just sent you an email right before I came on here live. But yeah, so I'm here to answer any questions. So questions about Costa Rica, could be even maybe some questions about Panama. Some people that are also in the Move into Costa Rica group or on this channel maybe are considering other countries. So if any of you are in here, I would love to know if you've already moved, where are you considering? Is it just Costa Rica? Have you considered other places? Like, where are you coming from? It's nice to kind of get an idea of who's on here. I find that in lives or also in like group meetings that we have with our clients, people often find that they have a lot in common, or they might be coming from a lot of the same places or going to a lot of the same places. So this is kind of the community that I like to be able to facilitate within our group, but also here on the channel. But yeah, so this is the time. I'm here. I got some spare time. I'm here to answer some questions. I see Greg here in my Facebook comments. Hi, Greg. Greg is my one of my partners in the shipping company. So we do our shipping to Costa Rica, not containers. That's Pablo. Pablo is containers. Pablo is cars. We can still do some boxes, Amazon. I had somebody ask me about ordering from Sephora the other day. I'm like, yes, of course. So anything that you want to order to Costa Rica, we got you. And actually, if you look in the description of this YouTube channel or on the Facebook Live that we're on right now, there's a few different links. So the second one is the shipping packages to Costa Rica. So if you have any questions on it, you can literally click that link. It'll open up to WhatsApp, and then you'll get directly connected with us immediately. And actually, that'll be Greg chatting with you, and Greg can answer any questions you have and get you started if you need to. But Costa Rica questions. Who has any questions about Costa Rica? It's raining right now, so some of you don't know I do live by the coast. It's kind of nice. I do like a midday rain. That's always very happy. And I guess in the meantime, while I see if any questions come in, I made another post here in the group, the Facebook group, and I'm going to be making another YouTube video for the channel about the roadmap event that's coming up. So tickets are definitely selling, and they're selling faster than what I thought. The event's in February. It's a 3-day conference. You can find all the information too for that in the description. It's the first one. The problem I've had was with the payment links. So if you go to the website, it'll explain what to expect in terms of making payment. And if you have any problems at all, email me immediately and I will help walk you through it. And it's been good. Okay, Linda wants to know, what are the rules of shipping medicines here, Costa Rica from the U.S.? So we have shipped medications. So you can reach out to us, let us know what they are, and we can get those here too, because we've done that for other clients already as well for shipping medications. But yeah, the event, I'm super excited. The event, I mean, it's booking faster than I thought. I got some people paid up over the weekend just because I was waiting for the new payment links. The payment system's kind of weird. They want your ID. It's to protect against fraud. Costa Rica is always very considerate about money laundering and fraud. But it's a better option than having people do foreign wire transfers, which are also kind of a pain sometimes. But all these things are good to know if you're going to be living abroad or moving to Costa Rica. But very excited about it. I'm getting my speakers lined up and scheduled, and it'll be good. Let's see. Any other questions from anyone? I'm checking the Facebook group. I just have to kind of like refresh the Facebook page and see what comes in, because for some reason my screen here never shows any comments, and I don't know why. But when I actually go to the live on the page, I can see other comments, so people say something. Let's see. Questions. Or I'd like to know if anyone's in here, like, are you already in Costa Rica? Comment and let me know if you're already in Costa Rica or if you're on your way. I think probably someone in the YouTube comments is not here. Linda, I believe you're already here. And I do like to know, well, if you got here, where are you living? Costa Rica is a small country. Let's see. Someone says, due to banking rules here, transferring money is a challenge. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, so fun. Banking is one of my least favorite things to do here in this country. Lately, I've been at the bank a lot. Yay! Yep, you're in Pettis Alone. So Linda's over there in Pettis, so she's down in San Isidro de General, the southern zone, a little bit more inland. Yeah, banking is a struggle. I would say if you're going to move abroad, definitely learn how to do foreign wire transactions, or foreign wire transfers. If you're coming from the U.S., there's a bank that I like to recommend. I feel like they should hire me as their spokesperson at this point. Charles Schwab. I actually need to log into my account and do a quick transfer today. Love Charles Schwab. They make making wire transfers easy. You can do everything online through your account. You don't need to go into the branch. It's just simple. So I do wire transfers with them. And then I've been learning, of course, of accepting credit card payments. It's pretty difficult down here because I guess they just, like the system that I'm using obviously wants to make sure that whoever's paying for their ticket is them. Like the person whose card it is belongs to the person whose ID, they match, so that I guess if there was some kind of fraud or something that they wouldn't be liable. I don't know. So there just seem to be extra on that, which, okay, I guess extra good for people, good for them taking extra measures on that. But banking in Costa Rica can definitely be a challenge. I've been trying to get some things done with some business accounts down here, and it's been really tough, and I've been waiting 2 months for payment links directly from the bank. And I just was there last Friday, and they told me that there is no, they told me online that there's no open case number for my request from like 2 months ago. And I'm like it was never made. I was like, no. So I have to go back. I went back, and the lady, I guess, was on vacation, so they couldn't tell me anything that day. But banking, so yeah, Linda, I do bank with BAC. I bank with BAC. So, and I love them, and I love that I can set up an appointment, but yeah, they've been a little bit of a pain in the tush. For everything else, they're great. I love their online app. It's like it's a good app. It's a good modern app, whereas I feel like BCR and Banco Nacional is almost like ancient app-wise. It's just not very user-friendly. So I do love BAC in so many ways, but man, they've given me the runaround with these payment links and getting like a card reader. It's been really tough. But on a personal level, I've loved BAC. Okay, so I have a comment here on YouTube. Someone asking, hi there, do you still have your Airbnb available? What area? So I actually sold that house. So that house has already been sold. Sold the house over a year ago, July of last year. So we finished it in September 2023, October 2023. Officially sold it July 2024. The owner who's in it now had moved in that April. He was just selling his house in the States. And then we went through with our sale. So, yep, I've had a new neighbor there for a while. Well, I guess not so new anymore. But no Airbnb for now. But there's a lot of them in Costa Rica. Okay, Linda says she moved to Charles Schwab because of you. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Charles Schwab, it's also $15 to make a foreign wire transfer. Most other banks might charge $40 or up. So, I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. I'm going to guess if you have Charles Schwab and you do want to come to the event, you could just do a foreign wire transfer. It would actually be easier, and you'd probably save on the credit card fees too. maybe I'll even discount you the wire fee, whatever, include that into your thing. Gaia says, awesome, congratulations. Yes, yeah, it was good. Glad we got that house sold. Maybe one day in the future, if I can save up enough, I can do another. I think I just like designing things. It's fun. Adam says, we've enjoyed your channel. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and experience. Hi, Sarah, watching from Alajuela. Hi, Jeremy. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love for people to tell me where you're watching from, if you're in Costa Rica, what your plans are. Are you moving? Are you scouting? This is my favorite time of year to be in the country. Some other people think, oh, don't come during September, October, but it's rainy season. But I think it's the best time to come. Things are cheaper. Nothing's really crowded. The weather is just more temperate, especially if you want to be near the beach. I mean, I love the rainy season. If you can just kind of maneuver around it a little bit, plan your day around the rain, I think now is a great time of year to come down. September, October. I know it's the low season, but I think the low season in countries are really the best time to come. And also, you'd be supporting the Costa Ricans and their businesses and the economy during this time, which is important. So that would be good. It's definitely a good time to come visit. Does BAC have Simpe? So Linda wants to know if BAC has Simpe. So yes, BAC has Simpe. So some of you may not know what Simpe is. So it's kind of like a way to send money with your phone number. For example, my gardener this morning, I just sent him a Simpe. I go into my bank account, I open up a section that says Simpe. I put in his phone number, but I actually already have him saved, so I just have to find his name, and I can put over whatever amount I want, and then I can go ahead and send it to him, and he instantly gets it into his account. Now, some banks have limits on how much Simpe you can send per day, so maybe it'd be like $200, $400, but then you can also just do other normal transfers, but you have to pay like 75 cents to $3 to do those transfers, at least through my bank. But yeah, so it has Simpe. I can pay electricity, which I do. I can pay water, all the bills. I can pay taxes with it. So every month now, like with the business taxes, I can just go on and pay it through there too. So I'm happy with it. And do they have a daily limit? Okay, the daily limit that you can send out of your accounts is $3,000. At least that's what I've found to be. I don't know if you can have it adjusted. I've never really needed it to be more, but yeah. I'm trying to keep up with these Facebook comments. These are really good comments because then it gives me something to talk about too. And then here on YouTube, Gallo says that he's from Southern California and prefers low season too. I think low season's great. What's nice about coming during low season is you can also just see like the actual people that work. And Jeremy did mention something important here on YouTube. He said, I think Simpe works only in local currency. That's correct. It only works in local currency, so you'll be sending colones to whoever you're sending. You can't use it to send dollars, but you can send colones. Some banks won't let you get Simpe if you're not a resident, so that's something to keep in mind too. And some banks won't let you open up a bank account if you're not a resident, so that's something to think about as well. They all depend on branch and what you'll need, what they require. But yeah. And then what I do like about the BAC ATMs, I should be a spokesperson for BAC too, is you can go deposit money into their ATM. So like if I want to make a deposit into my account in cash, I can actually just take my cash to that ATM and deposit it straight into my account. And I love that feature because I don't actually have to go into the branch. But if I did have to go into the branch, I can go online really fast and I can make an appointment to go in. So that's really nice. Do you have to be a resident for BAC? I don't remember. I think some branches, yep, are going to make sure that they're going to want you to be a resident. But I've heard that some others, no. I mean, I think the one in Hako, my friend said she was able to get one and she doesn't have her residency. So it's always worth it to go ask. How much can you transfer from U.S. to BAC? Is there a limit? I mean, I'm sure there's a limit. I haven't had any of my transfers rejected so far, but I've never transferred more than maybe 4,000 to 5,000 at a time. So ask them. Whenever you're opening up your account, they'll be able to tell you how much you can transfer in with a wire, maybe per month or per transfer. But yeah, they're really good questions. Good questions. And I think there's another question in here that I can't see. I have 7. Sorry, I'm trying to. Maybe I need to refresh this. I have the backup. The other app works fine. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to figure out how to see all the questions that are here on Facebook, and I can't. Hold on, let me refresh. Hold on, let me get on my phone. That actually usually works a little bit better. That actually does work better. Facebook, because then I can see all the comments that you guys are leaving. For some reason, I can't see them when they're in other places. Moving to Costa Rica. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I can see all the comments. Experience. Thanks, Sarah. Oh, you're welcome. Knowledge Victoria page. Oh, thank you, Linda. You're very, very welcome. That's what I'm here for. Answer some questions. Thanks for asking questions. Then that gives me something to talk about, so I'm not just sitting here awkwardly. Watching from Victoria, BC, Canada. Cool. I have a lot of Canadians. So I used to have a lot of Canadian clients, like tons of them. Like at one point, I think it was more Canadians than people from the U.S. And now I don't really notice as many Canadians. So I'm like, did you all jump ship already? Did most of you already leave? Or are things okay in Canada? Are things going better in Canada now? I would be curious. Because I'm like, I used to have way more Canadians than I used to. So I'm just actually kind of curious. Like I had a whole rush of them at one point. So I guess that's my question I have for you, Rob and Laura, is how are things going in Canada? Oh, let's see. In other Costa Rica news, I mean, I don't think there's anything really new to report here. Jeremy wants to ask if I'm American. So I was actually born in Russia. I grew up in the United States. So I was born in St. Petersburg, Russia, and I grew up in Virginia. Robin Laura says, no, Canada sucks. Well, then I guess most of y'all already jumped ship, because I had a huge rush of people that came down from Canada. And yeah, now I just don't feel like I have that many. And I know things are really expensive up there too. I mean, I think the whole world's just getting expensive. In the U.S., things have been dicey up there. I can tell you, we've been very busy. We've been super busy. Bradley wants to know what part of Costa Rica I'm in. I'm in the Central Pacific, so like on the coastline that's closer to San Jose. I don't always like to tell exactly where I live, just for, well, obvious reasons. But I'm a beach person. Okay, Zachary USA says, how are prices right now? Groceries, gasoline, rents, house prices. I should probably do another update, like a grocery store update. I have some resources for you guys. Okay, hold on. I'm going to post this in the comments. Where is it? Okay, let me find it. It's in my Google Drive. I have a sheet that had all the, I went to the grocery stores and got the different prices of things, and I put it all into a spreadsheet. This is before ChatGPT, so I did this all by myself. And I have a folder of more items that I took with prices. So let me find it. Grocery items, photos. Hold on, let me find it. I'm going to post it. I have a ton of, tons of spreadsheets and PDFs and just everything. I have tons of it. I don't know what the exchange rate is today, so just edit it for the exchange rate. But I'll go ahead and share the link here in Facebook for anyone who wants it. Just make a copy of it if you want to make edits, because it's only going to give you view or access. So if you want to make a copy, you'll have to go to File and make a copy, and then you can make it your own. So, and then in that, you can also find the photos of more items. And Jeremy says, wow, Russian, I'm Costa Rican. Woohoo. Obviously I love Costa Rica. I'm very thankful to be here. So thanks for letting me in your country. I love it here. Okay, Bradley says, do I have any view on the attractiveness of Costa Rica relative to Panama? Oh, they're just different. They're different. Gosh, I need to get on with Pablo and do like a Costa Rica versus Panama thing. I really like Panama, and I expanded to Panama because I wanted to pick a country that I was really excited about as well. I don't ever plan to move to Panama myself, just because now I have my house, I'm all set up. I just can't imagine myself uprooting. I have a friend group, my daughter's in her school, just moving wouldn't be in the cards for me, but I love visiting. I think Panama City is a really cool city that's like on the coast. So if you're looking for a city that's coastal, really cool. I love the old town part of cities, like the historical areas of cities. That's got a really nice historical area. It's just a really cool, I mean, I think the city's amazing. So definitely worth going there. But then there's other places where people might want to live by the beach. There's Coronado. Oh, connected to my MacBook Pro. Okay, I don't know, my phone's doing weird stuff. So, man. And then if you get near like the Panama-Costa Rica border, there's some good towns over there. Boquete is very popular. So there's definitely popular areas in Panama if you don't want to be right in the city. The cost of living, I would say, would be a teeny bit lower. You're going to see a video coming out soon on the YouTube channel where I did go to a grocery store in Panama and I went and took video of all the different prices. And now I have all the photos of those things, so I'm going to pop all those into ChatGPT this time and ask it to make me a spreadsheet just like I sent you guys the Google Doc. I'll send this Google Doc on Facebook too. I'll put it as a comment. So I have one that I'm preparing for Panama, just like the cost of items, so you can kind of see the little bit of the difference of just like main items. I went around the store and just like slowly videotape stuff. I basically almost got kicked out of there. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do that. So the guy was like, "You need to stop," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm finishing now." So I don't know. They're different. Costa Rica and Panama are just different. I think they both have different things to offer, but I think they're. Like if you're looking for nature, there's nature. If you're looking for city, there's also city. But Panama has that city climate that's more beach, but then Costa Rica has more like the city and the valley climate that's more, mountainous and more spring. I mean, they're just different. I would suggest seeing them both if you can, if you're torn, like taking scouting trips down. So I just had a call with somebody today that's interested in doing a scouting trip down to Panama. So I have somebody who's on their trip right now. They're here in Costa Rica and they're extending their scouting trip down to Panama. So we designed both of those trips. We designed the Costa Rica portion and that transition into Panama. And so we have other people who are doing that too. So, okay. Robin Laura says, curious, your monthly price on your vehicle rentals. So those will depend. You mentioned, you asked about gas prices too. I don't know. I can just pay when I go to the gas station. Diesel is cheaper. Rentals, house prices, rents. I mean, things are going down right now because we're in low season. Of course, it depends. So it always depends what time you're looking. For house prices, I mean, I think the market's kind of like, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not a real estate agent. But I think probably things are pretty quiet right now. Like if anyone's telling you, oh, you got to take this opportunity or it's never going to be there again, like I wouldn't listen to them. Take your time when buying real estate. Like take your time, be sure. There's no reason to ever rush into anything like that, ever. Okay, Romler's curious about your monthly price on your vehicle rentals. So I do have car rentals. Right now I have 3. I sold one of them. I sold the Yaris to my daughter's grandpa. I have 3 cars. So we have 2 Jimneys. It depends on the season and where the pickup and drop off is. So if you want a quote, you can just email me. But sometimes it can be $30 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day, $120 a day is kind of more the upper range for like the brand new cars during high season. I always try to go lower than the rental agencies, but sometimes I will say, like right now, I can't beat the rental agencies, especially if I have to take the car up to San Jose. It wouldn't make sense. Okay, so Mark is asking. Okay, so basically, if you need a vehicle rental, you can, of course, let me know. I have a Suzuki Grand Vitara, 2015. Oops. I can hear myself. I don't know. Okay. I have a Suzuki Grand Vitara. I don't know why it's not. Okay, so I have a Suzuki Grand Vitara. I'm able to rent that out for pretty cheap because that one's mine. And so it's 2015. It was owned by one person before me. It's been a really good, reliable vehicle. I think, Mark, you had that one. Mark's here in our YouTube chat. He wants to know what the latest on the Crocodile Bridge is and if we know the plan through December. Okay, so there's what I would recommend for the bridge. Don't try to come down the bridge on a Friday afternoon. So if you're coming from San Jose, coming towards Jaco or coming towards the coast, and you're going to past the Tarcalis Bridge, they're doing construction on it. Don't go on a Friday afternoon. That's crazy. Or Sunday afternoon. I've heard it's been taking people like 5-6 hours to get to and from San Jose when it should be an hour and 45 minutes. So don't go on those days. For example, tomorrow I need to go to San Jose tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my house at probably 5:30 a.m. I'm going to plan to be at that bridge by between 6 and 6:30 a.m. And I'm sure it won't take me very long to pass at that time. It'll be a Wednesday. On my way back, hopefully I'll be okay. I mean, we'll see. I don't think it's going to take me 5 hours to get back by any means, but it's a weekday. At least not everyone's trying to go. I'll try not to get back too late. But it has not been ideal. But you just have to time it correctly. If you can time it correctly, go early morning. Get past that bridge 5:30, 6 a.m., you're fine. No worries. Doing a day trip's kind of hard because then, when you're coming back, it's going to be more afternoon, evening time. But again, if it's not a weekend, then that really may not be too bad either. But I don't want it to deter anyone from coming to those areas because I will say that the businesses in these areas have been suffering. So I've been hearing it. The shops, the stores, especially in Jaco. I imagine, Manuel Antonio, people that would normally be coming on their weekend trips probably aren't coming because they're too afraid of the bridge. So I would say just still come, just go really, really early. So go early and you'll get past the bridge usually pretty quickly. Like the last time I went through, I went Wednesday of last week. I had to go up to Oratina, which is over the other side of the bridge. Took me, maybe I was waiting 7 to 10 minutes each way to get there, and then I was already on my way back around 8:30, 8:45 a.m. So morning time seemed to be better. Again, very, very early morning. It's worth it just to get past there. So like tomorrow, I'm just going to go very, very early morning, get past the bridge, and then I can battle San Jose traffic. Yay. So Jeremy says it's crazy to go to Jaco or get back to San Jose due to the Crocodile Bridge repairs. So yeah, it is, but as long as you can time it. So if you're coming on a trip, if you're coming on vacation, just try not to time it over a weekend and go really early, let's say during the week. So I don't want to deter you because I can say that the businesses definitely need the business. They need tourism. We don't want to deter people from coming. You just got to time it correctly. But so it's like low season, number one, has happened. Plus this bridge has really been difficult for a lot of the businesses in this area. So I want to encourage y'all to come on down. Just time it correctly and you're good. Okay, Ganyu wants to say, is La Fortuna easier to get to from Liberia Airport versus San Jose? It's kind of about the same distance. So each way it's about 2.5, 3 hours, probably more. It always says on Google Maps 2.5, 3 hours. You can budget more or less that amount of time, maybe 3.5. The road going from San Jose up there is going to be pretty windy. Why is this keep telling me microphone? Hold on, I don't need it to connect to my iPhone microphone. If you get car sick, not a great idea to come from the San Jose area. Oh, I also do want to make a very good public service announcement on that road. Okay, if you're going up to La Fortuna, so if anyone knows, this is actually really important because I don't want anybody to get hurt. If you're going to go to La Fortuna, okay, so I used to go to La Fortuna a lot, obviously for the events. I've just been up there. When I come back down to go to the coast, not to go to San Jose, there's a road between San Ramon and Oratina, or like San Mateo. So San Ramon and Oratina, there's this road that Waze or Google Maps might take you through, and it's very, very steep, and you need to not use your brakes. Like you need to just go down on compression only. If you don't know how to do that, or if you don't know if your car knows how to do that, then don't go down that road because my brakes went out on that road last like February. And I thank goodness I was able to pull up the e-brake, kind of swerve to the side, let the brakes cool down. And I had a manual at the time, and I was going on compression, which I thought I was, but I was not compressing enough apparently. My brakes went out. My friends almost had an accident. They did actually have an accident. They were going, the brakes went out, and the guy who was driving decided to swerve and hit a tree so that they didn't go over a cliff. So it's actually pretty serious. It's really important. If you're going to go from La Fortuna down towards the coast, not necessarily if you're going back to San Jose, it's not going to take you that road. But let's say if you want to go to La Fortuna over to Jaco, it's going to take you down that road, and you really need to go down with compression only. Don't touch your brakes. Don't even touch them. Don't touch them. Go down on 4x4 low if you have it. So just want to let you know about that, since we're talking about that, La Fortuna. And yeah, it's pretty windy up there. If you get car sick, it's not the best best roads to go up. But they are paved, except for that one part of that. Someone wants to know, why did you choose Costa Rica? Any interest in any other country? So whenever I first was going to think about moving, so I moved long time ago, over 10 years ago. And I was a social worker in the States, and I always had the idea that I wanted to move somewhere out of the country, and it was just a good time of life. I didn't have kids. I didn't own any properties. I mean, yeah, I just kind of started my social work career, and I decided I thought about Australia. And again, I was really young and naive, and then I realized, like these visas are really difficult for Australia. I had some friends and then just started raving about how amazing Costa Rica was and magical, and I just Googled a white sand beach, and I was like, all right, that looks good to me. So I was at the age where it was just kind of whatever, if it doesn't work out, I'll come down with 2 suitcases, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just go back to doing what I was doing. I don't suggest that people do it that way. I talk a lot about my mistakes on my channel and kind of what I wish I'd done differently, but hey, I'm really happy as to where things are at now. And so I use a lot of my own pitfalls and mistakes that I made, in my videos, and telling people really like how to choose the right area. No, you can't just come down and work in Costa Rica, but you can work online. Like, I was that dummy that was like, oh, what jobs can I get in Costa Rica? And then everyone would have probably yelled at me on Facebook and told me to go home or whatever. So I quickly learned, okay, I have to work online, to do everything legally and correctly. A year later, I got pregnant. I had my daughter here in the country, so I did end up becoming a permanent resident. But there are other residency categories. You could investing or things like that. So most of the people I work with aren't coming down on a whim with just 2 suitcases. So like we help people with planning out their month-to-month move, or we might work with people a year and a half or a year or 9 months or 6 months prior to their move. Sometimes 2 weeks. We've had someone be like, I just got a call the other week. Last week, this guy was like, I'm coming tomorrow. And I'm like, whoa, like, hold on. But we came through, and we were able to, I helped him book the onward ticket and got him a hotel reserved, got him transportation from the airport, got him transportation to his next town, got him a place to be in that town, and now we're looking for his long-term rental. But that was a fast one. Please don't call us the day before. That's tough, but we will do it. But yeah. Oh, so why did I choose Costa Rica? It was by chance. But I don't know if I always believe in chance. I think it was meant to happen. And then I just have been happy here, so I haven't had the desire to really go anywhere else. I like traveling, though. I've been to Guatemala, I've been to El Salvador, I've been to Colombia, now, Panama multiple times. I would like to go to Mexico. So there's other travels that I want to do, but in terms of living, I really enjoy being here. Mark says that the car was perfect for what you needed. Yes, that's good. I know Mark is always out there on the rugged roads of the southern zone, so glad that the Vitara did you well. Bradley Davis says, thank you with respect to schools. Are there IB schools? Yes, there are IB schools. So you'll find some of those up in Guanacaste or in and around San Jose. Those are where you can mostly find those. Jeremy says, I went Monday, September 1st to Jaco, and it was crazy. It took me 4 hours to get back to Alajuela to do the crocodile bear. Oh, no. What time were you trying to come back? Just curious, just to for my own market research. Because I'm pretty sure my trip tomorrow on the way back might be a struggle. My trip tomorrow on the way back may not be the best. Let me see. Let me check Facebook comments, because I haven't been able to see those now. I've just been looking at the YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, there's some comments in here. Cool. Hello, Sarah. I'm moving to Dominicalito soon. I don't know why. I don't need this microphone connected. Okay. Excited. Oh, okay. Michael Miller says, move in Dominicalito soon. That's awesome. I used to live down in Dominicalito. Michael, this is Facebook. Greg, hey, who I'm so excited for the Roadmap to Costa Rica conference. I'm excited for the conference too. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong live. Yeah, I'm looking at the one from last week. Oh, man. How do I find my live video? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. I was looking at the comments from the live video from last week. So I'm trying to be more live. Okay, I don't see anything new here. Okay. Okay, we have another Facebook comment here. I may be wrong, but I heard if you're from the States and invest $150K in a home, you can get fast track to residency. Is this correct? Okay, so you can, if you invest at least $150,000 into real estate in Costa Rica, or what could also be part like a business, a car is also included in that, you can qualify for the investor residency category. Now, I won't say that that process is fast tracked. So it's not going to be any fast, actually it might be slower. So, because I have to verify the investment. So the different residency categories, number one would be the pensionado, and this would be USD, 150K USD. So pensionado is one residency category, so pension, so that would be, you need to show a lifelong pension of at least 1,000 US dollars per month for the last, or for lifelong. So you need to have a lifelong pension of at least 1,000 USD per month. That's one, that's for pensionado. Rentista is a little complicated. That's a small investor residency category. Let me know if you guys want me to get into that. Okay, I'll just get into it. That one, you have to show a guaranteed income of $2,500 per month for 24 months. Now, when I say guaranteed income, it cannot be from employment. It cannot be from a job. It would have to be from like an investment. So maybe you're like an annuity. Maybe you get dividends from an investment that are guaranteed. Maybe you have a 401k that you can have those payouts for those 2 years. But really, remember, you're going to want to go from being a temporary resident to a permanent, and you're going to have to do that renewal. So you're going to want to really show that for more than the 24 months. You're going to want to show that for like the 4 years, essentially. And not that you have to show it for the 4 years, but when you renew, you're going to need to show that same setup. Now in the past, so you're going to see things online that say, oh, you just put 60K into a bank account, and then the bank issues a letter stating that you're getting $2,500 per month for 24 months. And then at your renewal, you deposit that same or another 60K into the bank, and you get the bank to issue a new letter. Now, they used to do that in the past. It's really important that you guys understand that you're not allowed to do that anymore. So I know that like you guys might see online, just the internet, there's articles, and so you're going to see some outdated information out there that say that you can do it. Anyone who's saying that you can do it right now is probably using some kind of strange loophole that you're not supposed to be using. I saw one recently. I won't name the firm that I guess is offering it, but I guess they've offered that they're not going to have the bank mention that you made that initial deposit. And because they're going to omit that wording, now it qualifies you. The only worry that I would have with that, and why I'm going to strongly advise against doing something like that, would be that, if the immigration finds out, you're risking your residency. Like, you could potentially lose your status, if it's found out that maybe your residency was done through a firm that wasn't doing things correctly. So that could jeopardize your residency status. So I would say just do it the right way. One thing that some people have been doing is, let's say you have a house in your home country and you own that home and you're going to lease it out. So home leases have been qualifying for that. So that's kind of interesting, and it's totally fine, and it's been qualifying, and it's been accepted. Because, I guess you'd have to have kind of a big investment to be getting $2,500 of dividends. Like I said, there's the annuity, there's the 401k option. So best to double check, or maybe some people are maybe on Social Security disability. If you have Social Security disability for at least the $2,500 per month, maybe it's only for 5 years. Again, so not that if it's lifelong, you might as well just do the pension, but maybe if it's for 5 years only, or certain 3 years only, maybe you could do it that way as well. But always best to talk to a lawyer. So I definitely always know where my line is drawn. Like, a lot of what we'll do is maybe help you figure out which category you should apply for, if you even qualify for any categories, and then give you a heads up on the paperwork. So the answer would be, like, it's not fast tracked at all. You still have to gather, just like Surfline Images. Is that you, Mike? Surf Life Images? You still have to do all the same processes that someone who's doing a pensionado or a rentista. So it doesn't matter. Even if you invest, you're not getting fast tracked. Actually, sometimes that category in the past, historically, that category sometimes has taken longer because they're verifying the investment. Whereas when it's like a pension, they're like, oh, you got the pension, cool, okay, qualified. Oh, you got the investment, or the 2005, okay, you got it, cool, you're good. Whereas in the investments, like, okay, you bought a house, you bought this car, we got to value, verify. You also have to keep those investments. So if you want to renew under that same residency category, which you can't renew under another one. You have to stick with the one that you started with. You have to keep those investments. So if you buy a house, you can't sell the house. If you want to go from temporary to permanent residency, you can't sell that house. But yeah, always good to chat with the lawyer. I'll always let people know, like, hey, I think this is lawyer territory, but I'm happy to answer, a lot of things on those because, well, we do deal with it every day. Residency in Costa Rica does take a while. Like, I think right now the wait times are about 10 months or so. But it just depends. Maybe they're trying to get it to go faster, as always. But whenever you do apply, you don't technically have to leave the country. So you can stay in Costa Rica. I probably have to get going soon. This has been a long live stream. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, well, I got a call at 12:45, so I got a call in about 30 minutes, and I'm going to have my lunch. So this has been nice. I loved all the questions. It's been nice to hop on with you guys. So in the description, I have information about the things that I've mentioned before. So number one, I have the link to the roadmap events. Oh, first of all, also in the comments, I put the cost of items example spreadsheet in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. So definitely check that out. And then in the description, you can check out the new conference that I have for February 5th to the 7th. I already have bookings. I made like really clear instructions on the payment page of like how you need to pay if you want to sign up. Just definitely fill out the Google form because then I'll give you a call. I'll be like, okay, you filled out the Google form. Great. I'm going to give you a call. The Google form link is on there. And then if you try to pay and if it doesn't work, let me know because I've been in like very close contact with this payment providers. Their customer service has been fast. I got people paid up over this weekend. It's kind of a weird process. Again, they want to like see that your ID matches the card that's being used. It's fine. Costa Rica. It's better than doing a wire transfer. You can always do a wire transfer as well for your ticket. I'll even deduct your ticket by the $15 fee if you're doing the wire transfer with Charles Schwab because that makes it super easy. So just let me know if you want to do it that way instead of trying to pay with card. But yeah, so the roadmap event, you can read all about it. You don't even have to stay. At the hotel where the event's being held. You can stay anywhere you want and just come in. It's going to be the DoubleTree. I love it. Wow, like what a cool place. I went in and I was like, wow, this is really going to be amazing. I'm already getting all my speakers lined up. Working on my event to-do list. So I getting people booked in. I think it's going to be awesome. I want to do these multiple times a year. They're 3 days. We're going to have all of our best speakers, breakout sessions. I would love to do a 4th bonus day for people that want to stick around perhaps, and we can all do like an activity together, maybe like a waterfall or something cool. Maybe do a coffee tour. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Maybe I'll send out an email when I get more people booked in and see if anyone has any preferences or any ideas of what they think would be fun for us all to do as a group. If they'd want to participate, that would be totally optional. But yeah, very excited. It's going to be a great conference. You guys are going to get a lot of really good information about moving. So if you want information on that conference, you can go in the link here, relocate now / roadmap to Costa Rica, relocate now Costa Rica. And then I have the shipping. I've mentioned you guys the courier services for the shipping. If you need Amazon or any kind of packages here in Costa Rica, you can click that WhatsApp link. It'll open you up. It'll send you straight to Greg and he'll take care of you. And then all things relocation. You guys can always book a call with me if you have questions about scouting trips, whether it's Costa Rica or Panama. If you have questions about Costa Rica. Well, the call isn't just for us to go over. Like, I don't do open Q&A on those calls. It's more for me to listen to you, understand your situation, and then answer a few questions, of course, about the process. And then if we can help, I explain what that would look like, and then you can kind of see if that's a good fit for you from there. Okay, and then I'll take one last question. Have any of your clients use the digital nomad visa? Yes. So I have had some people do the digital nomad visa. Thank you, Soccer USA. I have had some people do the digital nomad visa. And that's easier to get, easier, faster, and less paperwork. You have to show an income of at least $3,000 per month for the last 12 months. They're going to be looking at your bank statements, and they want to know that your job is actually remote. Or if you're a family, let's say, then they're going to want an income of at least $4,000 per month for the last 12 months. And there's going to be one main filer, and they're going to have to show that whole income. So it can't be like a husband and wife where like, oh, I have $2,500 and he has, $3,000. With that, we make over 4. No, it has to be like that one person has to have that full amount. But I have different videos on the channel all about that where I really deep dive into it. But Well, this has been fun. All right. Well, I'll see you guys. Remember, if you want to come to the event, of course, I'd love to have you there. I'll get I always got my little sign-up sheet up here. I'm waiting for like new responses to come in so I can give people phone calls. And then if you have any questions, email me. I'm pretty responsive over email. I try to get through things always within 24 hours. Ooh. Oh, no. I was like, thank goodness that's not what my inbox usually stays pretty clean. And thanks again. Thanks again for being here. And I will see you guys on Thursday. All right. See you guys.